Let's get started.
Now let's get it all in perspective. We did it like that, and now we do it like this.
Do not attempt to adjust your dial. I'm transmitting live. Yo,
Let's get down to business.
Now let's get it all in perspective. We did it like that, and now we do it like this.
All right.
for the underground world, every street and borough.
You may learn something.
Post show.
Gotta get back in time. Oh,
No.
As always with the post show, we start out by thanking the Patreons. This week is no different. This week we want to thank Michael Iverson from going from $5 per month to $20 per month.
Oh, White Iverson.
Thank you.
Thank you,
G'day,
Mr.
mate.
Iverson.
Fair dinkum. Nice
Sajel
play.
Are we talking about
Solanke.
practice here?
We talking about
No?
practice.
Nothing.
Yeah, I'm with you. Yeah.
Fucking crickets.
Dude. I'm not talking about the game I love.
Not even
about
a.
practice?
That's funny, Simon.
That's funny, Simon.
Thank you. Appreciate that, Matthew.
Sajel Solanke went from $1 to $5 per month in our annual package. Thank you very much.
Shout outs.
I think you got that wrong, man.
No, she'd annual in euros.
Oh,
Remember, we did this. Pounds.
Goat's Cheese 5000 went from $1 to $5 per month. And finally, brand new Patreon, Simon Sharon. No, I fucked that up. Simon
secretly
Archon.
joined.
Simon Archon, $10 per month.
Shout out, Simon.
wait a second. His last name is Archon. Now I think it's totally suspicious.
Sarkon. Sarchon. In the tradition of fucking up names royally, I've done
Yes,
the
no,
best.
but I need to know this now.
I thought it was you for a second.
No, it's Simon Sarchon. Or Sarchin.
Okay, Franck.
Maybe it's Sarchin.
Okay,
But it's not Simon Archon.
Sarkon.
Why do you think CH makes a K sound?
Because we're English.
Yeah.
I guess no. No, it can because school.
I've decided to interpret the name.
But usually
How
it's
I
a
have.
ch sound. That's all I'm saying.
I would say one of
I'm
us.
trying to think of another example besides school where it would be a K sound.
One of us is right.
Why are you laughing? I don't even understand what's so funny.
Just you working that whole thing out in your head. Going, wait, no, but that one. Okay, no, well,
So it's
I mean,
one.
yeah,
Give me another one.
it doesn't matter. It's like the. Go ahead. I'm sorry. Come on.
Sorry.
One of us got the name right. That's all I'm saying. And thank you very much to Alex Anathalopoulos.
Anthopoulos.
You're the man, and Gavin Workman always.
Always. Thank you all so
You know
much
what the best
for
is?
your patronage.
Him sitting there being like, at least one of us got it right. Smash cut to that person sitting at home going, fuckers, both got it wrong.
Well, that's also a possibility, but
Of
that's the
course.
fun of the name
That's
game.
the-
I feel I don't know this person at all, but I feel maybe Simon Sarchon is from France.
Well,
I'm going to say maybe. I'm going out on a limb. There's 90 people, well, not less now, on our Patreon. I'm going to go out on a limb and say that not one of them is born or lives in France.
Until Simon Sarchon, which came in just a little while
Pass
ago.
this up. And guys, let's get this Patreon to 900 by January, okay? I'm counting on
To
it.
900 by January?
900 Patreons. That's what
Oh
we want.
my God.
Brian Callen got 8,000. What are we doing here?
He was on Mad TV.
Exactly. That was a horrible
But
mistake.
what he's saying is Brian Callen got 8,000 for being accused of a crime.
Yeah, let me point this out, okay? Brian Callen, I said he was on Mad TV and you were both like, and it was a huge mistake. My point was simply
I
this.
didn't say huge mistake.
Brian Callen, when he gets accused of rape, it's in the news. When you get accused of rape, we just go to jail. That's it.
So you got to get a Mad TV, or I got to get Mad TV. 900 by January, guys. Let's make it happen.
How about by December so that Christmas can be good?
One of the questions. Oh, that's what I forgot to tell you. I got 2 red light tickets in the same fucking day.
This guy, we're not paying
Yeah, I
for
was just
those.
going to say, you're on your own, asshole.
Can you believe that, though?
That's nuts.
Unbelievable.
Yeah,
The same
I can
intersection?
believe
The
it.
same light.
No.
Oh,
Yes.
get out of
You
here.
ran the same light twice that had a
In
camera.
12-hour period.
Dude, you must
$700
you
for
must be the
cystic
talk
fibrosis.
of the office Christmas party for sure.
Hold on, $700?
Wow, $650, whatever.
Oh, they're getting their CERB money back big time.
That's how much it is for running a red light.
At a camera. a fucking camera. It's not right. You know they have cameras that film you speeding now. Like, where's the freedom to?
You want to hear the best part about those cameras? So let's say there are 20 camera lights in the city.
Only 4 of them are operational.
There are actually only 4 sets of cameras, and they just move them around.
I know,
to
it's
all the
hilarious.
lights. But it works like
What's a deterrent?
Exactly.
Because you're like, oh, that's a.
Like the beep beepers in the stores. They don't even need to be beep beeping.
Yeah.
Just the fact that they're there are going to dissuade 25% of the people.
Simon, I still have to send you the article about the guy in New York that figured out that the red light cameras were going off early in a scheme.
Yeah, to get people.
Yeah, but then his life was being threatened after the fact.
Probably by the Clintons.
Well, I want to get this guy's information. Maybe I can fight these. Anyways, I already paid him.
By the way, we forgot to mention it. I don't know how we forget this in the main episode. When Mike Tyson goes, "Wouldn't you like to interview Bill Clinton?" And again, neither of you watched this. Joe's eyes light up like a fucking Chris. This is him. So ask me the question.
Don't you want to interview Bill Clinton?
For me, that was a Matrix moment.
Dude, he was like, yes, I would.
Hey, don't forget. We're talking about
You're doing it right now.
claim. What is it called?
Oh, you know what we're not talking about? The fact that this dickhead owes us money.
Oh, fuck you. You know, that's
I
such a
don't think I was involved in
goddamn
the bet, was I?
technicality.
It is
it's
not
unbelievable.
Not a technicality.
What was the bet?
No,
Texas-
I don't owe,
Texas
I
by
don't owe
September
you money.
1st.
I just don't win. You don't win the bet. We don't know who wins the bet yet.
I said Texas Lake.
Well, you've lost.
I'm out.
January.
I'm out.
Yeah.
I
Agreed.
lost.
I'm paying my money to somebody, not to both of you, though.
Well, you've lost. That's all that matters. You were the one talking the most shit.
You know what, though? It's such a goddamn technicality. I was right. I was more right than anybody. I said Joe is going to be leaving LA by September 1st and that the podcast would start in Texas by September. It's going to start 4 days later. Like,
But September 1st.
Neither of you are even going to be close.
No,
what
no.
did you say? You said January, and you said fucking like God knows when.
I said sometime in
I
September. not
conceded
September
that I
1st.
was wrong.
You did not say
Go
any
back.
time in September.
Go back and listen to the
You
tape.
go back and listen to the tape because I'm telling you, who's the person who goes.
You know how many times you pointed your fucking finger at me this fucking 3 hours?
If the next podcast isn't in that fucking new studio, I'm going to be fucking livid. Just to
that's a
myself.
lot of fucks.
Just to my livid. Just
Just to my libid.
I'm here to my libid, and if I get here to my libid, there's going to be problems.
Kamar.
You
that's
have
had
me
enough
up to here on my libid.
of that fucking studio.
Welcome to the libid.
If we're moving on, we're changing, we're doing it. It was Class Action Water Park.
Class Action Park. Thank you.
Oh, we got to talk about that,
That's
right?
That's what I mean.
Okay.
Don't push me to the limit.
What
I
made
gotta
you?
talk
What
about
put you
this.
onto this?
Jara sent me a message, and I'm going to tell you what the message said because
Okay.
this is really apropos.
For the
okay?
listeners, this is a documentary Simon
have-
asked me to listen to.
we
I
have
didn't
a
listen to, so I have nothing
Well, here,
to input
while
on
you
this.
pull that up, I'll give them. If you haven't, especially if you're American and you have HBO, you should be on top of this stuff before us. HBO, or maybe it's HBO Max. I don't know how it works down there. Has a documentary right now called Class Action Park. You have to go
Demand. I demand you watch it.
watch it. And if you just have the internet out there, find it. Class Action Park. It is a must watch.
So this is what Jara is a friend of ours. This is what he sent me. Check out Class Action Park on Crave. 2 exclamation points. So you know he's serious. You won't be sorry. And let me tell you, Matt,
Am I in that, or is that just to you?
that was just to me. I was not sorry.
Yeah, thanks, Kamar.
I
gives me
was
the look.
not sorry at all.
Well,
it was
I also
one
sent
of the
it
best
to you.
things I've ever watched. Yeah, you
Not
did.
knowing.
Thank you. And it's funny because I meant to tell both of you on the throwback. It was in my head. I had just watched it, and then whatever. We got so caught up in what a great episode it was. Everybody should join the Patreon.
Well, no, it's ironic. So you said, have you seen the ad for Raised by Wolves? So I go and I watch the ad for Raised by Wolves. And then I notice, I'm like, fuck, there's 3 episodes available. But YouTube does its normal. You might also want to watch this because it's an HBO thing as well. Class Action Park.
right,
So I
right,
watched
yeah.
that and I was like, well, I have HBO.
Yeah.
I'm watching this tonight if it's available.
Okay.
And then Mary was like, what the fuck are we watching? And I was like, I don't know, but I have a feeling we're both going to fucking love it.
So right before we start talking about this, I'm just going to tell you something, okay?
Sure.
Up by my cottage, there's a place called Mont Saint-Sever.
Yeah.
You know where Mont Saint-Sever
Yes,
is,
I
I'm
do.
sure. They have a water park there that they built probably about 20 years ago. But it was such an amazing park when they first built it because you know the one with the tubes where you go down, and in Class Action Park, it was where everybody was getting smashed together.
Yeah, yeah.
And then they have also the one where it's like a whitewater rafting thing where people were dying and fighting in the things. They have both those exact rides at Mont Saint-Sever, both those exact water parks, like to the T. Either one copied it from the, I don't know what's going on. It must have been Sever copying it from this because that seemed a little older, but like there are parts of the Mont Saint-Sever water park that 100% are taken from Class Action
Isn't
Park.
it called La Ronde?
No, La Ronde
that's
is
in
in
Montreal.
Montreal.
My bad.
I'm telling you, Maddie, like as I was watching them in that, well, what I call the Colorado River, because that's what it's called up at the Sever Water Park, I was like, this is it. This is the same thing. They didn't change anything. They didn't learn their lessons anywhere. Like that's what happens. And if like, let's say you and Kamar were to go down and you're a difference of 50 pounds, Kamar will have a very good time. You will have the worst experience of your life.
I've been on rides like that too, where then you get
Anyways.
kicked in the back by the guy
So
behind
let's
you.
talk about it now because
Well, Kamar hasn't seen it though, so
So Kamar, basically what it is it's this water park / amusement park where this guy is obviously like a crazy person who
well, no, hold on. So this guy
Runs it.
got thrown out of Wall Street. Like the SEC was like, this guy's a wildcat. He's breaking all the rules. They threw him out. He had this buddy that was still breaking all the rules, but funneling money to him. So he had all this like capital that he could just get out of nowhere. So he, for some reason, bought all this land in New Jersey and opened a water park.
But basically what it is, Kamar, is they have like all these water slides, but then they also have like, and this is what my place didn't have, and this is what made this place so amazing, was they had like a swing rope. So it was just a part of the park where there was a rope, you'd come up and you'd swing and jump off a cliff. Or they had just a part that was cliff jumping. He built these fucking cliffs. And then he started going, because that just seems like fun to me, Maddie. Like,
Yeah, I agree.
get stoned, go jump off cliffs.
Listen,
like, come on.
the loop water slide seems
No, that doesn't seem like a good idea. There's no part of me that would have been at any water slide and would have looked at that thing and been like, oh, that looks like fun.
well. I mean, again, you might not find it fun. Kamar, would you go on a water slide that went upside down?
It goes all, it's a loop of
Just
doom.
one loop.
I did the one at what's the one out there? The big one that got shut down this year because of COVID and then didn't open back up.
Yeah, but that's not a loop. You're not
Yeah,
going
that-
upside down.
yeah. You go
Really?
loop, but
When?
you're in a tube.
Yeah. No, you're not in a tube in this one.
This is you have the potential if centrifugal forces help you just drop.
But you're telling me, I don't think you're right. You go all the way around in a tube
I think
so
he's
you
right,
can
yeah.
fall?
You're in.
No.
You
It's
can't
centri-
fall. You're
cent-
in
that's
water.
what he's saying.
You're like-
Centrifugal force. Centrifugal. Is that right?
Well,
Am I saying that
centrifugal force wasn't helping these guys because they were getting to the top of the thing. and
That's
getting
because
stuck.
But Simon, that's also because the way the loop was designed, you need it engineered properly. The way this was designed, they were hitting. It was too steep up here, so then you'd hit something here, which was slowing you down, and then you'd bounce off like the top and the bottom on your way
Yeah.
through the loop. So
Yeah,
everyone was getting dusted.
You're right, and the guy was paying his staff $100 each to try it to see if it would work.
You have to watch it.
So Maddie, up at my cottage, not at this one I was telling you about, Mont Saint-Sever, there was a smaller water park that was called Mont something or other. I don't know, whatever. It was so ghetto that, like, you know how you're talking about designing slides? They didn't do their work properly. There were some parts where you would get up to the top, and if you didn't hold yourself in, you would literally fly off of the slide. At one point, they built these two slides. It was like their attempt to try and compete with this other one that was much better. So they were so giant. Like you had to walk up all these flights of stairs to get there. And when you got to the top, you'd look down and be like, what the fuck am I doing? Anyways, there were two slides. One of them was just straight fucking down. Obviously not straight down, but that was the illusion. And the other was this one. equally as high, but
Yeah, they
these
still do those everywhere.
Three
Yeah.
rolling bumps. Yeah, but
He acts like we've never.
I'm telling you, these weren't designed properly. So when you get on the one that goes straight down, you never actually touch the slide. You touch it at the top and you touch it at the bottom, but the rest of the time you're in the air.
Yeah, but a lot of those vertical slides are like that.
And on this big bump one, you're so high up. Like this thing is, when you hit that bump, you're in the air.
Again, I don't
Like, I'm
think
telling
Simon-
you, they're
I
just
don't
fucking
think-
death traps.
I don't think
man.
Simon's been to many water parks. I'm starting
I've
to get
been
that
to a
vibe.
lot of water parks. I've
I
never
wish
been to
I
a
could
water park like that. What
remember
water
what the
park
name of
have
the
you gone to
podcast
that's
is.
like that?
Everything you just described, those last
Yeah.
two slides, every single water park in the world has them.
I think Wonderland has a crazy water park.
Mont Cascade doesn't have that. Fucking
No, Mont
Edelweiss
Cascade is
doesn't
small.
have that.
Yeah, well, Mont Cascade sucks.
I mean, what's that new one probably has it, but it's a fucking like Disneyland.
That's what I'm trying to come with. Ottawa Water Park closed.
Calypso.
Calypso.
Where have you been all my
Sorry.
life? Yeah,
Sorry.
Calypso.
I
That's
couldn't.
the
Calypso-
one that goes round and round.
Calypso has all the death-defying ones, but sometimes you go there and there's fucking an hour lineup to
Yeah,
go
no,
to water
that's
slide.
that's how it is at this, and that's how it was in this movie too.
So yeah, you guys can talk about it, but you can't ruin it for me, or is there something?
No,
It's a talking head documentary with
you'll
old footage.
You'll just like it.
It's really just that, like, normally in a talking head documentary, there's like they actually got some people that have been in stuff and are somewhat famous that had been to this park. So you get some. It would be like if you got lucky enough to have Eddie Murphy's a bad example, but like let's say you got lucky enough to have like a B-level comedian go to one of these crazy places and then get there. It's a great documentary.
But
And
you
the guy-
find out something at the end.
No,
You
and the
oh,
guy-
It's really just one of those like it. If there's any underlying
People
message,
die.
it's that you do need some regulation. That free market is not
A
gonna-
bunch of people die, Kamar. I think there are 3 deaths at the park that happened during the course of time, and he always manages to get away with it. And
Well,
the guy,
his whole thing is he's like, I won't pay.
oh yeah, he takes
his-
everyone to court.
First thing is, I will never settle. We'll go to court. I'll drag it out as long as I can. And when you win, you're gonna have to get the marshals to come and collect.
And there's
the
lots
money.
of footage. This guy needs a piece of work.
There isn't a
There's-
single piece of footage of this guy.
No, there's a little bit of footage of him. Never talking
Stock
though,
photos,
just
never footage.
him doing stuff in the background. But
I'm gonna watch it because
he's
you guys are raving.
he's
about
so one of the things he invented was everybody gets their own tank like a bumper car, and they all shoot tennis balls. So you just go around shooting tennis balls at each. Like that's so fucking fun, man. Again, getting high and going there in the 70s would have been like the best.
it. I feel like I thought
If
he
you
wanted me
don't
to
die-
watch it because it's so fucked up. But it's like it's so much fun. We should do this.
No, dude,
Oh, no,
I
they're-
loved it. I thought it was because it brought me back to like just having fun at the fucking water park, man.
Yeah, I'm sorry I didn't watch it and can't relate at this point.
Okay, go on with your.
Raised by Wolves is insane.
Yeah, I told him to watch that too.
Do you guys think I've been meaning to ask this for like 3 podcasts? Sober October's done, and would that be a good thing or a bad thing?
No, it's not
Definitely
done.
be a good thing.
It's not done.
You don't think it's done?
Nope.
Because Tom's moving. Bird
I mean,
will fly over.
I'll put it to you this way: Ari always had to fly in anyway. They always made a big deal of it. They only last year they didn't even meet up at the end, so it was really just one episode. I think they can all make it to Austin. Like it's none of them are coming from out of the country. Like if one of them was in Canada, it would be an issue.
Simon, you disagree.
I hate sober October.
That's not the question.
Oh, you still think it's possible though, but
That's not the question.
Oh, what was the question?
the question was, do you
Will
think
it
there'd be
continue?
a sober October? And if it didn't, would that be a bad or a good
No,
thing?
I think it will continue because they all make mad loot off of it, and I hate sober October.
So you think it will continue, but if it didn't continue, you think that'd be a good thing. If it didn't continue, do you think that'd be a good thing?
I would be very happy if it didn't continue.
So you guys are in agreement.
I just don't like Joe gets real preachy for a month.
And he's not smoking weed, so
No,
he's
it's
just
the-
mean
yeah, I know.
and shit. It's like listening to Mike Tyson getting ready
And he
for a
talks
fight.
about dancing to Miley Cyrus's music and he's dancing all the time, but then when it came to dance off, he's like, that's stupid.
Like you know what? You know how you know
You should
how,
embrace that.
He
you know-
doesn't think dancing's stupid after watching their videos. Sorry, Matt.
Well, no, you know how Kamar, you
true.
like you've kind of asked 2 people that have been on the show, questions like, "Hey, what was it like?" I feel like if you would ask Adam Curry, not Adam Curry, what's Adam Ruins Everything, like, what was the takeaway? He would be like, "Don't ever fucking go in
It was a
October."
bad experience.
Well, no, but you know what I mean. Like, I think if Adam,
That was in October?
it,
Of course that was in
Oh,
October.
I see.
you know what I'm saying? I think he'd be like, if I had gone in fucking March, it might have been a much smoother experience.
Very interesting.
My head wouldn't be mounted on the fucking wall.
Well, yeah, I've just been interested to see if COVID doesn't change, but I think it'll happen, but you'll never know. In the news, this is a weird one. Do you guys hear in Montreal they tore down a statue of John M. Macdonald
I didn't hear that, no.
because he was racist?
Well, I mean, they're tearing down statues
Towards
everywhere.
Native Canadians.
And in the same week, they've designated 2 residential schools heritage sites. Is that weird? Do you understand what I'm saying?
Yeah, I mean, I think listen, as far as them being heritage sites, it's
I would think they would want to burn those
Why
down.
can't they be heritage sites pointing out a bad thing the same way they don't tear down Auschwitz, they keep it there to remind everybody about
That's what
the
I was gonna
horrors
say,
that
yeah.
went on. And that's the same argument towards the statues that are getting torn down.
Exactly. This happened in the same week. That's all I'm saying. John M. Macdonald, there should be another plaque saying all the shitty things he's done, and it stay up.
It should just be a plaque stating all the things he's done.
well, what did Duncan say? Keep the statue, but make another statue for every slave they had, and erect that around them.
So
it's too hard
so
to get
we would
to the statue.
we would
you're looking
erect statues of First Nations students or something representing those abusing the schools.
Yeah.
But I'm also okay, Kamar, with, and I think I said this a little while ago, I'm okay with, if John A. Macdonald is a bad guy, then take his statue and put it in a museum for bad guys. Or a museum of history, whatever. It doesn't have to stay out there on display. I'm just saying you can't go and just tear it down willy-nilly because you think that's the right thing to do. There's a process, and if it's the right thing to do, we'll take it down and we'll put it somewhere else.
So I've been anxiously waiting for a new Kendrick Lamar album. And oddly enough, this week, a shitload of songs have slowly been leaking out on YouTube. Now, part of that makes me believe that the album's coming. The other part makes me believe that none of these songs are actually on it, whether it's for sample reasons or it could be for a plethora of reasons. But this happens often where cutting room songs end up getting leaked because they're not going to make the album. So why not? They just get out. Like I said, Simon, if they can't clear a sample, the song's never coming out. So that's it. One of them,
Wait a second. The song can come out, just you can't get any money from it.
sure, but why release a song you can't get any money for?
If it's a banger to.
But again, you can't put it on YouTube yourself,
Or if there's
because
a
the sample can't
political
get cleared.
message that you want out there.
Sure, but you would argue that if you want that political message out, change the fucking beat, because the sample's just in the beat. It's not in the rap.
Okay.
Either way, one of the songs that I listened to was, I mean, Kendrick's probably going to go down as the best ever. But one of the songs he wrote is from the perspective of, and bear with me here, it's written from the perspective of, the first verse is, he is the song ABC by the Jackson 5. And the second verse, he is Martin Luther King's I Have a Dream speech. And then the third verse, he explains, he goes into why we need to separate the art from the artist. And it's a fucking wildly interesting song. His take on just how, like, you know, Michael Jackson most likely raped a bunch of kids, but it doesn't change what ABC meant to that generation and what it meant to people at the time. The same way Martin Luther King might have been a piece of shit womanizer, but his message, his overall lying message at the time, changed the world as we see it now. And it doesn't mean that we have to go back just because we find out something bad about them and erase the good they did. This, that. And it's a very interesting. I wish I had a thought about it before so that I could have.
I guess what I thought is they should maybe tear down the residential schools and build something really good. It seems almost. I understand the Auschwitz idea, and even then, I think they should. I don't know. I don't know how I feel about it. But
See, this is the thing. We live in a we live in a weird place now where I doubt you'd find a Jew that would argue you should tear it down because it offends me or makes me.
it's like a trigger or something.
That's what I'm
Do you
saying.
know what I mean?
But see, this is the thing. Like, someone posted this week something about not Catcher in the Rye. Which one's the one with Boo Radley? That's got all the racist shit in it. Simon, To Kill a Mockingbird.
To Kill a Mockingbird.
So someone was talking about how they want to get rid of To Kill a Mockingbird in schools now, and this teacher I know posted about it, and she was like, "Yeah, I can't believe this." And then someone below was like, "Well, how do you think I feel as a person of color having to grow up in school and read this?" And her immediate, super left response was like, oh my God, I'm sorry to hurt your feelings. I never saw it from that viewpoint. We should immediately remove it from schools because it makes you feel uncomfortable. And I was kind of like, slavery makes people feel uncomfortable. Does that mean we're going to stop teaching about it? Because that's the wrong thing to do, right? Like, let's say you have a room where it's 50% white, 50% black. It's an awkward fucking topic for both sides. Obviously more for one than the other. But does that mean we're going to stop teaching about slavery? We shouldn't.
And you learn about the Holocaust.
That's what I'm saying.
And is it different because that's people across the seas from you? Like, I don't understand.
Are you asking me? I'm not saying.
No, I'm agreeing with you.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying.
I don't get the argument here.
What I'm saying is I think people over here tend to be a little they get triggered at everything now. No one wants to be uncomfortable. And I don't know. It's just weird.
But those things are left to make people feel uncomfortable. I don't know. I thought it was weird that this statue's being torn down and these schools where children were raped, abused, whatever, are being preserved. I guess
it's a weird thing.
It's like the Auschwitz thing, and we should all still there's still new stories about the Uyghurs coming out. So I mean, if Auschwitz is supposed to teach us something, these things are supposed to teach us something, and this is just still going on. Are we learning anything? That was the local news.
You know what? Maybe they should tear down. Sorry,
maybe I sort of think they should
tear down that. I don't fucking know.
Well, no,
I don't know. I'm just
unless you can take it and put it somewhere. Like if the land is valuable for some other reason that somebody needs it.
I'm not trying to make a point. The two stories happened, and I was like, I understand what's going on here, and I wanted to ask someone else.
Well, I think you
don't ask someone else in the street now because you never know who you're going to offend.
I think it's a very difficult. I think again,
it's not my place to say anything.
I think you're going to ask. Listen, I think if you ask a Native American or First Nations how they felt, I think it maybe would be split down the middle. I think 50% of them would say leave it there as a reminder of absolutely what we shouldn't do because we don't want to repeat the past. And I think another 50%, unfortunately, in this climate would say, that upsets me a great deal to see it there. It reminds me of my oppressors and this, that, and the next. I mean, I've always stood by. I find it weird that someone alive today would look at John A. Macdonald or a statue of him and be like, that is my current oppressor. I mean, I get that you'd be fucked up that we would make a statue of someone that held your people down. I don't think there's a statue in the world of a historic figure that hasn't done wrong to some group of people. Whether it's fucking Gandhi,
George Washington, or
that's what I'm
Jeffrey
saying.
Dahmer. I just think I bet you the people who tore down the statues were so indirectly, they're just doing it. Like it wasn't First Nations doing it. Oh, I don't know who did it.
You don't know that, yeah. I mean,
but I'd like to, those people, what their opinion about the residential schools. I just thought it was interesting. In lighter news, David Blaine pulled off the stunt. Saw magic. Did you watch it, Simon?
Okay, this is what I'll tell you. Okay, I'm flipping through my Instagram. And I just see it's a faraway shot of him holding the balloon with one hand. And I just thought to myself, this motherfucker did it. He did it with one hand. He did everything he said he was going to do.
He did though.
I thought it was hilarious.
It's so ridiculous though, because like,
hilarious.
Again, when I listened to him on Joe, I got the idea that he's literally just going to be holding onto these balloons. He was strapped in for the whole fucking thing.
Dude, that's the point.
But even worse is like, why even keep your arm up at that point?
It's
like
all for the faraway illusion because
it's so
shot
stupid.
that
I understand.
saw, Matt,
yeah,
you can't see any of the mechanism. It just that one shot. He did it all for the one shot.
Yeah, but my
it was
point,
3 hours long.
That's what I'm saying.
Dude, listen, I'm not saying it's a good thing. I think it's funny that he
did it.
I think it's
you
such
son
a
of a bitch, you
waste
did it.
of time.
I get it.
But even as he was talking about it on Joe Rogan, I'm like, that something is gonna go wrong. This
You know what's weird to me
die.
though? Real quick, what's weird to me is watching that versus the Felix Baumgartner thing is I actually thought this was crazier. To me, this
his stunt.
Oh, and
What's the Felix Baumgartner?
the guy
Jumped
that
out of space allegedly.
he parachuted out of space allegedly.
Why did you say allegedly?
Because we don't know anything.
Because there is no fucking. He jumped off the top of the globe, Simon.
We watched him fall on camera.
Yeah, but you don't know that he was in space.
Okay.
Might have been on the edge of the globe of the
Okay,
dome.
Fine. He was at the firmament. Whatever
Yeah,
the fuck.
top
you
of the
want,
dome.
man.
I was just being
He
a
still
shithead.
fell from a long way.
And you think that David Blaine is
Yeah,
crazier
sorry.
than
Go
that?
ahead.
Well, only because like so again, and I know we just talked about it, but as far as not illusions, as far as optics go, it looked like a dude in a turtleneck, just at 25,000 feet, just like, okay, here, like, I don't know. I mean, I get it. At the end of the day, it's just skydiving. He has a parachute on, but
Did he get to 20,000 feet though? Like did he-
24,900 feet. The best is he's literally, there was clearly a delay in the headset, but he's like taking in oxygen, and the guy, you can hear his like team leader talking to him. And I don't know why the team leader didn't say it earlier, but like just as he's about to let go, he's just about to hit 25,000 feet. And you can hear the team leader like, wait 1 second, wait 1 second, wait 1 second, wait 1 second. And he clips at 24,900 feet and then just starts the free fall. But that's fucking insane to me, dude. 25,000 feet.
And then he parachutes down. He free falls for how long before he pulls the cord from 25,000 feet?
I assume he pulls at like, what? Oh, they tell him they want him to safely pull at 7,000.
Okay, but how long is that fall for? Like,
Well, we could do the
20
math
seconds.
real
I
quick.
think it's like 20 seconds.
that's it.
50
Jesus.
seconds.
Okay.
Was there magic involved?
No, zero.
Okay,
magic.
that's all I want to ask. I'm not trying to start a fight.
To me, that's not even as impressive as you being able to take my watch off without me knowing.
Yeah,
How about that?
because that seems like a more usable or applicable skill.
That's magic.
Yeah. I wanted to talk about Chadwick Boseman,
Rest in peace.
rest in power. But isn't it a great example that he didn't
Say shit.
say shit? And then I wonder why all these celebrities are coming saying I got COVID, and he just went about his business and sadly passed away. And isn't that the best way to do this?
Yeah, but I think the thing with the COVID is they're actively out there trying to be like, we can stop this. Cancer's something that there wasn't much he could do or say to be like, you guys can actively not get cancer. I think if he had gotten lung cancer from smoking, he might have actively been out there more like, this is.
I heard someone say though he could have used this
To
it's
raise
not his
money?
responsibility. No, for Black Lives Matter. Or what? Like, I'm dying, guys. Don't leave the world to how it is, or something. Like, I was stoked. Well, no, not stoked he died, but like impressed that he was. No one knew anything. It was like it's such a surprise. But then I heard voices say, "Well, he could have done this or that," and it's just like.
That's just dickheads
No,
after the
it's
fact.
totally
trying to
up
tarnish.
to that guy. However the fuck he wants to live his life, if he knows he has 5 years left.
Forget
or
that, how he
10
wants to die.
whatever the case is, you know what? Yeah, no, that's bullshit. This right after this, they did a podcast on Tinfoil Hat about this, and that's what pisses me off the most about, because I was telling you that outside.
They'll take anything and speculate.
Everything, like it's ridiculous. It makes me not even want to listen to that shit anymore.
I think all that stuff you should listen to as like
Fodder for sure. No, but it even bothers me that
But that's what I'm saying. That's
it's
what
just
bothers
too
me about
soon.
conspiracies
I don't
in general.
mind.
Nothing
I don't
can
mind them
happen
doing
without
it.
having a
I don't mind them
alternative
doing it
explanation.
a week from now. Even like I have no problem with that. It's like the immediateness of it. It's like Ari's joke. Like I don't mind if Ari makes that joke a week from then. It's the immediateness of it that is like you have to respect.
It's not the immediateness. It's that like this dude, like you're gonna boil all his hard work that he's done in his entire life down to like some bullshit conspiracy just so that you can get a few more views or Patreons or I
Yeah,
don't know.
it's weird.
That shit is what
I
bothers
agree.
me.
I totally agree.
You're downplaying an entire life body of work. And if you know anything about this kid, like valedictorian, honor student, worked his fucking ass off. Like, I think the big misconception about people in Hollywood, aside from that it's a big cabal of pedophiles, is
Not everybody's in it.
yeah, fine, is that you get there by sheer luck. You know what I mean? I think everyone thinks that like you just get discovered, and next thing you know,
some
The
people
harder
it is.
the harder you work, the luckier you get, though.
sure, but I just think, yeah, Simon, but I'm saying they're fewer and far between, I think, in Hollywood, and especially the ones that have longevity. I think the ones with longevity are the ones that are truly talented and that, I don't know. There's a lot of flash in the pans for sure.
Listen, I agree with you, Matt. Of course, there are some talented people and some people do it the right way. We also know, especially in Hollywood, tons of people sleep their way to the top. It's
Yeah, but
full
it gets
of corruption.
Sure, but
like-
those people get weeded out as like untalented people normally. I'm talking, this guy clearly had talent. You know what I mean? He He played Jackie Robinson. He was part of the biggest film ever. Am I correct?
What,
Wakanda?
Black Panther?
Yeah, Black Panther.
Forever.
No, Avengers was one of the biggest films.
He was in that
No,
too.
Black Panther was the biggest film.
But he was
ever,
in that too.
I
What are
believe.
you talking about? No, it wasn't. Avengers was, and he was in Avengers.
You're both right.
No, but Black Panther wasn't the biggest movie ever.
Maybe the biggest black movie. You're both right. He was in the biggest movie ever, Avengers, or it's Black Panther if you wanted to be.
This guy always does the same thing. He's got a fucking phone right beside him where he could check. Instead, he sits there with that shithead look.
I don't even need to look it up.
Now,
It's,
boys,
it's
boys,
a
boys,
moot,
boys. This guy passed
guy.
away, and we're
Totally
trying to
moot point.
respect a class act.
And what are you saying? Biggest
More
movie
people-
ever, like made the most money?
Yeah.
Can they make a new Black Panther?
No.
They will.
Yeah, of course they will.
They will. but
Should they?
I don't know.
No. Unless they CGI the Black Panther being killed at the very first scene.
Sorry, what were you saying?
Yeah.
Could there be another Black Panther? Because
And
they're
then
doing
he,
another
and
one.
then he's is succeeded, and then you
Seceded?
have a new succeeded, no new storyline, and it goes forward.
But even that sucks.
It sucks he died. It's cool that he went about it quietly.
Avengers Endgame. 2019 to
Yeah, so what's
I don't
number? So
even know
where's
this
Black
one.
Panther? Go
Simon's
find
been
it.
right like 3 times. Like there's some
In his
something
life?
wrong.
Yeah.
No,
well,
in this
that's
episode.
that's not exactly fucking.
Oh, this will make me
In
sound
this episode, he said
super
Matt.
stupid, and I'm sure you've talked about it. But I was up at a lake today, and you could see the sun clears day and the moon clears day.
Okay.
Is that not possible?
Why?
Is it one or the other?
No.
Okay. I was like, it's a fucking glitch in the simulation.
Yeah, you thought you just got it?
Well, the
Number
sun.
10.
Number 10.
Yeah. It did very well, though.
Yeah.
Many billions of dollars. Much better than I thought it did, actually.
That's why I was saying it was in the top 10 films of all time.
Yeah. So he was in 2 of the top 10 grossing films of all time.
And I think he's got movies still coming out. So who knows? Maybe that'll be the biggest movie ever.
What do you think is the biggest grossing film based on inflation?
Gone with the Wind.
Good one, Kamar. You knew that, eh?
I think we've done that.
Oh, have we?
We've played that
It
game.
goes Gone with the Wind, Avatar. No. Yeah, Avatar, Titanic, Star Wars, I think, based on inflation. Something like that. Those are the 4.
But like I said, I think Titanic came up in 2000. I believe it was 2000. No, maybe it was.
I said 98, but 2000 sounds right, to be honest.
It was the first $100 million budget movie.
I think 2000's
I'll
bang
take
on, Kumar.
1999.
I think it's 2000.
We got to find
Do
out
it now.
just for sake.
He's right. It's 2000.
And so before 2000, if you know movies before 2000, is not going to cost $100 million.
No, I'm going to stick with 98, actually. Although you said 99, Simon?
I did, yeah.
99 might be right.
97.
Oh, I was closest.
2009 for Avatar. So yeah, it's Gone with the Wind, Avatar, Titanic, Star Wars.
Do you have any other
And-
big points there, Kumar? It's getting late. I got a bunch of editing.
I just want to say Dancing with the Stars was released. And you hear who the big contestant on it is?
No.
Carol
even know who it is.
Baskins.
No.
Yes.
No.
Yes.
Tell me you're joking.
1997. Titanic.
So can we just all agree we're living in a simulation?
The simulation.
I've been saying I said this from the fucking beginning.
This fucking Carol Baskins. I hope she goes to jail for murdering her husband, all because of a bunch of people on the internet.
If she's guilty, I hope she breaks her ankle on stage because she can't dance.
That's all he wants. That's the perfect revenge.
I
a
just
broken
brought,
ankle.
I just brought that up because well, he's doing like 25 hard time, eh? Joe
Yeah.
Exotic.
Yeah.
Just a quick thing. Pilot spotted a guy in LA 1,000 feet above the ground in a jetpack.
I heard that. That's so funny.
Or maybe it was an alien.
No. It was a guy in a jetpack. 2 different airlines saw him. And did you hear the guy's quote?
No.
So the guy radios into the tower and says, tower, I just passed the guy in a jetpack at 300 feet. And the guy at the tower says, only in LA. Like right out of a fucking movie.
But just the implications. Could you imagine an army of like these functional jetpacks?
It's funny though because you say like this little clip could be used 100 years from now.
Like there'll be no advancement in jetpacks?
No. It would be like everyone's flying around. You know what I mean? They could have us being like, "Can you believe that a fucking airline?" And people would be like, "What's an airline? What's a You know what I mean? Like it's
I mean, but jetpacks are so antiquated anyways. Like we have drones now. You don't need to send a guy to take a bomb to kill somebody. You
It's not
send
that.
a
It's-
drone to do
you're missing
whatever
the point.
you
It's
want.
that we can all, instead of these little fucking bird scooters outside, maybe there's just fucking super tiny jetpacks everywhere.
Oh yeah.
Yeah.
That'll never happen because how do you
It'll
road
happen.
the sky?
How could you figure out to have electric scooters everywhere?
We've been through this. You would have to have jetpacks that have massive magnets on them so no two could ever
Simon,
get
I'm
near
telling
each
you.
other.
They'd
Don't
have
figure-
AI in it, so they know they have a flight path.
We have
so it
wanted
won't
to
be free flying.
Simon,
It'll
we've
be-
wanted to fly forever. Believe
own
me,
it,
the
you can
second
fly it
they
free.
can do that, they'll do it, and we'll pay for it. 100p.
Would you rather be a fly or
go to the bottom of the ocean.
yeah?
Fly.
Here's my problem, Kamara.
There's no problem.
I'm dying to know what's at the bottom of the ocean. I have no interest in going to the bottom of the ocean. It's like Eddie Bravo and the ice wall.
That's your answer?
So I take fly.
Oh, okay. Yeah. And
Yeah,
you
he
fly.
takes the obvious one. Fly.
Because I imagine if you can go underwater, you fly. You don't swim like doggy paddle. You know, you fly through the water
Hey, you're like a dart.
like a dart. Yeah.
Yeah.
So you're sort of
Dolphin.
flying.
Oh, that would be cool, and I could breathe underwater.
Of course, yeah.
like
there's-
a merman.
Well, you if you could fly, you're gonna die too.
Well, I'm talking about you flying. I mean, like, well, no, I guess he's right because I am talking about
flying
with the
in a
jetpack.
If I can fly
Yeah.
like a bird, it's flying 100 times out of 100.
Or if you could swim like a dolphin.
Because then I can go tell you what space is like.
Birds can't go to space.
I
they're
was
sorry.
thinking about
Oh no, this sounds long-winded.
how.
Yeah, we want to wrap it
Oh,
up.
sorry.
Go.
Yeah, we'll just end on this note, okay? So you're flying up into the air.
With
And
what, a
then-
jetpack or your wings?
however you want, wings, jetpack, plane, spaceship, fuck,
Gotcha.
whatever. You get to a certain point up there where
Something tells me science is going out the window.
no, this is all science,
Okay.
where gravity no longer exists.
Yeah,
Right?
yeah.
So basically, we have a force field that surrounds the Earth
Mm-hmm. We do, yes.
made of gravity.
Yeah. Do you know that if the moon were to get, I forget what it's called, but if the moon were to move a certain distance closer, it would break up and become a ring around Earth?
Like Saturn.
Oh fuck! I hope that happens.
No, that can't happen.
Why can't that happen?
I'm pretty sure
Well,
if
we
the
already
Earth,
have. First of all, we already have a ring of garbage that we've put up there floating around. So
well, that may happen, but I'm no scientist, but I'm pretty sure if we don't have the moon, it fucks the Earth up royally. Tide cycles, and I don't know if we can survive without the moon.
I'm not a scientist.
I think
heard
we need the moon.
moon's made of cheese.
the moon. First of all, the moon definitely has to do everything with the tide.
No, I know, but
I'm not saying it's moving. My point was just that if there is what you're talking about, yes. And basically, if the moon came close enough,
Yeah.
the atmosphere would break it up and then it would become a ring around the Earth.
we're depending on
fuck is it called?
We're depending on a lot of things out there that we assume
Is it a belt?
as constants that we have no control over, that we have no idea how it functions, why it does it, or any of that shit. And all I was saying about the force field, it's like people say we're living in a dome. We are living in a dome. It's a dome that surrounds the whole globe.
It doesn't have to be made of glass.
It's a force field.
Yep.
It's a real revelation.
It's a,
I think,
real
I
revelation.
think it's just the fact. Which episode would you recommend this week?
Jeez, that's really hard. I would say if you're looking for entertainment, go Duncan, but don't listen to the whole thing. And I say if you're looking for the best podcast of the week, I think it's Mike Tyson, just because it was so like crazy.
Oh, you have to watch it. Here, can I just get this out of the way? It's called the Roche limit. The moon will swing ever closer to the Earth. They actually think this is going to happen too, by the way. The moon will swing ever closer to the Earth until it reaches a point 11,470 miles, 18,470 kilometers above our planet, a point termed the Roche limit. Reaching the Roche limit means the gravity holding the moon together is weaker than the tidal force acting to pull it apart.
That's interesting.
The Roche limit. The more you know.
Let's hope that doesn't happen.
Yeah.
That should be a movie.
Welcome to the limit.
You know that there's
The
a
Libet.
giant megalithic wall in Texas called the Texas
Yeah, Trump built
Wall.
it.
No, he did not.
Who do you think Go on. Who do you think's gonna? Which would you recommend? Sorry.
Oh, Mike Tyson. And who do you think's going to be on this week? Was that what you were going to ask?
That'd be. I want to finish
wanna-
Texas Wall.
No, it's fine.
Oh, sorry.
No, let's hear it. Texas
It's
Wall,
all
then
good.
our picks,
No,
then we're done.
Texas Wall. It's all good. Just go look it up. Not you. Those people out there.
Well, I should look it up too because you
700
tell
foot
me.
wall.
It's one of those walls where the top is made out of concrete that they can't source back to anywhere, like an ancient concrete, and the lower down you go, it's like built on top of each other. I didn't even know this fucking thing existed.
Neither
These
did I.
things are all over the US and all over Canada. Keep your eyes open, man.
No, pick who you think's going to be on this week, dickhead. And don't say Adam Curry because we're pretty sure that's. We've been told.
I already freaked out about if there's not a new studio this week.
Yeah.
Okay.
Well, who's dropping an album next?
Music wise,
Go to TikTok. You figure that out.
This really came full circle,
Yeah.
right?
Wouldn't that be great if Kendrick was on? And then I would have willed something finally? That's never going to
There you
happen.
go.
Never going to happen.
I'm going to throw Dave Chappelle out there just for fun. And Tom Hanks.
Thank you. Fuck.
Oh, you don't like it, eh?
What? Would you just step on my lines?
That's right.
Okay. Well, I think Tom Hanks this week.
He sounded so disappointed.
I know. Like he gives a fuck.
Brian Callen.
Now you're just fucking
Well,
with us.
no. If Brian Callen goes on, or sorry, the other guy goes on,
Yeah.
you'd freak out.
If the other guy goes on, I don't even know what to. I'll come in here and eat crow, of course.
And maybe we'll, if the other guy does go on, we might understand the reasoning and why they didn't talk about it or whatever.
Yeah, but the other guy's not going on, so don't fucking worry about it.
I think Schaub will be on this week, though, legitimately. If he's in Texas, I think Schaub will be one of the
So
first.
here's a better question. When do you think they're going to get to Texas?
I
It
think
better
there'll be an
fucking
episode tomorrow.
An episode in Texas
Yeah.
tomorrow.
Yes.
Although I saw Jamie Vernon
You
post a
want to-
picture, his computer broke. Brand new Apple computer, like one of those big ones with the grid on it.
Yeah, he sent out a nasty thing to Apple.
And he said production halted. So we'll see what that means. But as far as I know, they're still in fucking LA.
This is what's insane. Like, I get that this is why I'm broke. I understand this fully. It's fucked to me that you have a production that big with that much money. You've just signed a multi-$100 million deal. Those computers are expensive. No, like a Mac Pro that Jamie has there could be $15,000. Have two. Like, I just don't understand. You guys are fucking rich.
I think when you pay $15,000 for something, you assume it's going to work the first time you plug in or something. But you're right. They have responsibility. I guess not responsibility, but they got to put out content. They can't have it go down. Makes sense to me, Matt.
But if that's the case, maybe they'll be back in LA unless I'm right and they've sold the studio and everything's gone.
If you love Rogan, I think you've got to listen to the Duncan Trussell one as the end of an era.
Yeah.
Even though that's the Spotify beginning, that's the body of work, and you can put those one place else. Unfortunately, Miley Cyrus and Mike Tyson were in the old studio. Until we get the new studio, I'd recommend Miley Cyrus.
And who do you think is going to be on, Kumar?
Tom Hanks.
He said it, Tom Hanks.
I know, I was giving him another chance.
Sorry.
Oh, and out?
My
And
apologies.
out?
My
On
apologies.
his-
My
on his
apologies. My
toes.
apologies. My apologies. All right, that's it. That's a post show. We've been here too long. It's too late. Too much to do. That's it.
Go ahead.
Keep your eyes open.